Hello, 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 everybody. Good evening. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday to all of you. Happy Sunday. And welcome to the Chatting with Chichi show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cool. Episode 25. Episode 25 of the Chatting with Chichi show. Thank you so much. I'm just going to give Facebook a few minutes to kind of let you guys know that the Chatting with Chichi show is on. Hi, Chichi. How you doing? How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Good. Welcome everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy New Week as well. Happy New Week. I think I started my morning. I shared a post where I'm just like, wow. So I get to be part of this new week. And that was really something for me. Let me have this door open so that we have a good connection. Good. Welcome everyone to the Chatting with Chichi show. I think we should just go ahead and get started. And then what people can do is people can watch the replay. But how are you guys all doing? How are you guys doing? Trust you guys are doing okay, yeah? Good, very good. Good. The topic I want to talk about today is on the costs of distraction. But just before I talk about that, or I share that, I think let's give ourselves a few more minutes and then we'll go into it. But I'm excited. Good. Oh, how are you? Oh wow, good. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you, Akusami. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did the topic of the video show on top? Because I think I did post it. I did paste it, but I didn't actually see it after I pasted it. So just please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Church was great. I was with the youths today and we had a fabulous time. I've had a fabulous time with 16 to 18-year-olds. So yes, church was great today. Thank you. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? Good. Welcome to the Chatting with Chichi show, episode 25. I think I'll just go ahead and get us started. But I always just like to remind people of what the Chatting with Chichi show is all about, to be honest, because a lot of times a few new people join in and actually watch the show. So it's always important just to remind everyone and just to let the new people as well know what the Chatting with Chichi show is all about. Okay, you said you can't see it. Okay, all right. I'm hoping I think it is there because I pasted it, but I couldn't see it read. Good. Hi, oh, good, Rachel. Well done. Okay, good. So really, the Chatting with Chichi show, very intentional show that is brought to you on a Sunday evening to kind of help you get restarted, to kind of help you press that reset button, to kind of help you get re-inspired. Because a lot of times people say Sunday evenings that people are dreading the Monday morning. So by Sunday evening, when they remember that they've got to go to work or to school on Monday, they're already kind of feeling down and stuff like that for Sunday evening. So this show is actually intentionally brought to you to kind of wake you up from that. Monday is not as bad as people think, people say it is. It's actually a great day. It's a blessed day, a day that we're alive. If you think Monday is not a great day, then try missing any day, or even the Monday itself. So it is a great day. Thank you so much. Hi Brenda, how are you doing? And a happy Sunday to you as well. Wow, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Ify, I see you as well. Thank you so much for joining. Well, today, the topic that we're going to cover up today is the cost of distraction. And this morning, as what was I reading? Yes, this morning, while I was reading my Bible, I was reading on when Peter was walking on the water to Jesus, and he got distracted. So from that's how the word distraction came to my mind today. And I thought, okay, we're going to talk about distraction. And later on, I now found out ways that we can talk about distraction, where I want us to focus on today. So distraction actually is too costly. The cost of distraction. Good. Thanks, Brenda. Thank you so much. The cost of distraction on our lives is very expensive. Distraction is costing us time. Distraction is actually, I think it's T.D. Jakes that said, where distraction is actually the death of creativity. And I thought, wow, the death of creativity. Distraction is causing the death of creativity, because a lot of times, being creativity is what life is all about. Everything that we're doing here, we're sitting on this sofa you're sitting on right now, is someone had an idea. Someone was creative enough to have that idea to make it. You're driving the car that you're driving today. It was out of creativity that a car was formed. Everything that we touch today, the computers, the laptops, our phones, everything that we're touching today are actually out of ideas. And these ideas are actually born through creativity. People are being creative. But how are people being creative? What time are they using to be creative? It's their thinking time. And that's why I want to talk about distraction, the cost of distraction on our thinking time. Because thinking time is really, really important for each and every one of us. Hi, Shola, how are you doing? Welcome. And thank you, sis, as well. Sis Mo, I can see you as well. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for everyone that is joining as we go along. But honestly, there is such a distraction in the world today. There's a lot of noise going on. You wake up in the morning, there are emails ready for you to answer to, notifications everywhere. There are notifications everywhere in the apps and stuff. And then even with WhatsApp is a funny one for me these days now, because with WhatsApp, I have a few older uncles and aunties who have gotten the grip of WhatsApp. So they're forever forwarding pictures and videos. It's unbelievable. It is so, so funny. Honestly speaking, it is so, so funny. So there's a lot of distractions that are actually going on in the world today. And while I'm not here to tell you, oh, these are 10 ways to, get distractions out of the way, or 10 ways to rebuke distractions. That's not what it's all about. It's really how to manage those distractions. Because sometimes, after you've done a whole day's work, after you've done a lot of work and you know that you've actually got your goals, you can actually rest and relax and watch TV, or just go to some distractions. So distractions are not all that bad. I think what happens with distractions are how we interfere, how we get them to be interfered in our time. It's how we kind of get distraction just to disrupt our time. I think that's where it's key. Hi, William, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Sunday to you too. So that's the key, and that's what we want to look at today, the costs of distraction to our thinking time. Yes, I tell you, Rachel, honestly, this just forever, and you can't delete them. You can't delete them. I usually clear them, but you can't stop them from sending you WhatsApp messages. So it's really, really funny. So, the cost of distraction on our thinking time. And I want to talk about our thinking time for a moment, because it's very important. A lot of successful people testify to thinking time. I think one of the guys that actually was the main pioneer in this thinking time is Warren Buffett. And I'll tell you what he said. I think he said somewhere where he spends about 80% of his time, 80% of his time on thinking and reading. 80% of his time. 80% of his time on thinking and reading. And a lot of other successful people have actually adopted that method and actually start spending time reading. Let me read out some facts for you, because I wrote down some facts. I didn't want to just, I said I definitely want to kind of talk about. Great topic to look at tonight. Yes, very, very important topic, Rachel, honestly. It really did something for me. Okay, we have guys like Mark Zucherberg and Bill Gates. They actually take out think weeks or think days every year. Every year they take out time that they're going to use in thinking, so they could do that through walking, meditating, reading, and healthy eating. So thinking time is something that these successful people are putting into practice. And if we want to be successful, we have to do those kind of things as well. Thinking time. It includes reading, meditation, walking. So it depends on what you want to, what kind of thing actually, how do you get your ideas? When do your ideas come up? Hi, Princess. How you doing? Good, good, good. Welcome, welcome. So, Warren Buffett, as I said, he spends 80% of his time reading and thinking. You have people like Jeff Werner as well. He's the CEO of LinkedIn. He has 2 hours of uninterrupted time per day thinking. The AOL CEO as well, he actually makes his executives spend at least 10% of their day or 4 hours per week just thinking. So thinking, we have to be able to, in thinking, you have a lot of time to reflect and actually to think through things. And when we talk about thinking, we're not saying a time for worrying. In thinking, you're thinking of solutions. In the midst of all the noise out there, there's a lot of cry for help. What solutions can you help solve? What things can you help create? What things can you do when you just have to? I'm going to read Shoma's thing because I can relate to that as well. Yes. What kind of things can you do to kind of get your mind thinking? What are the priorities? You've got so many things to do. What are the priorities? How are you going to set time for yourself? Thinking time is so crucial. So we're going to talk about 3 ways in which we can claim back our thinking time, because a lot of distractions have taken away thinking time from many, many people. Choma says, during my quiet time when the kids are sleeping, that's when I have my sane mind. Yes, I know. That's me too. I wake up quite early to have that hour or 2 hours of just focused concentration and thinking through what I need to do next, think through my priorities and stuff. So it's very, very important, honestly, very, very important. So so I thought I'd give you those facts, and then I will talk about the three kind of things or three ways that you can actually claim back your thinking time, because your thinking time is so important for you. It's not just about writing goals or what am I going to do, my 10 list of things to do. You've got to have the time to actually think. You've got to have the time to think, and it is a very well-known, successful method right now where you think through things. You have to create that time to think. In thinking, you start to get ideas. In thinking, ideas start to come your way. In thinking, you start to create, you start to get loads of ideas, and you start to actually put ideas into place. So we must definitely, in this series, or what I'm talking about here, is we're looking at ways to actually, shower time as well. Yes, definitely. We have to actually adopt the ways that we can see that best fit us to actually think and think through our lives. It's very, very important. Without that thinking time, you won't even get your priorities straight. Where would you hear the ideas? Where would you, because you've got to have that quiet moment. You've got to have that quiet moment. When I heard TD Jakes say stuff, like when he said stuff of where distractions are actually the death of creativity, I said, wow, we need those times, those quiet moments in our lives. And I'll tell you 3 ways that we can do it. And I'm sure there are other ways as well. And you guys, you can actually write down in the comment box, what ways, how do you have that quiet moment? What do you incorporate in your thinking time? What do you incorporate in your thinking time? Let's share that so that people that come as well to watch it now or watch the replay will gain a lot of information and a lot of value from this video as well. I love to give value. So that's very, very key in what we're doing. So really, I've told you guys about the facts, about the facts on thinking. Thinking is so, so important. People actually create time. And that's the next thing we're going to talk about now, is 3 ways that you can actually claim back your thinking life, because your thinking life is so, so vital for you. So we're gonna talk about 3 ways. The first way really is actually schedule it in. Schedule in your thinking time. A lot of times, the best time to have that thinking time is actually first thing in the morning. I read about one of these successful business guys that says that in the mornings he gets ready to go to work, but goes to work much earlier, and then he goes to a coffee shop. And in the coffee shop, he buys a newspaper, but guess what? He's actually not reading that newspaper. He puts that newspaper right in front of him just to distract, just to get people that are walking about, just to kind of get his focus. So he's looking at the paper and just reading, but he's not actually reading the paper. He's just looking at it, but he's actually staring and just thinking. So people walking by will just think he's reading the paper, but he's really not reading the paper. So guys, when you see a lot of people reading papers out there, many of them may not really be reading the papers. He's just staring there and just thinking. He just spends that quality time thinking. And I do that as well in the mornings. After my prayers and my quiet time, I kind of create that time to actually think. I didn't know it was called thinking time, really, to be honest. But as I found out more about thinking time and saw what I was doing, I started incorporating it more. And then you need to have time to read as well, just to kind of get yourself together. Early in the mornings is my best time to pray, plan, and prepare for the day. Yes, definitely, Ify. Thank you very much for that. Then I think Maureen talked about, I don't want to go back up there, but Maureen talked about she spends time in her car. Let's see if I can go and scroll down. Okay, yes, I can. Okay, good. While I'm driving to uni, that's all a lot of time to think. Exactly. So you could do that while you're driving. You can do that on the train. You can do that anywhere, but as long as you create that time to think, that's key. So that's the number 1 way to claim back your thinking, is actually create that time. Create that time that you get to think, okay? And then the second bit I have is be more organized. Honestly speaking, you have to be so organized in your life, both externally and internally. to be able to think through. We're talking about externally, around where you are. Make sure that it's tidy. Make sure you're organized. I'm working on that more on myself as well. I'm not perfect, but I'm working more on that. I think my husband is better in organizing than I am, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So honestly speaking, try to get more organized. Let your area be tidy. Because wherever you are is tidy, then you get to think clearly. You get to think, you open up the space in your mind to be able to receive things and do things. So keep a tidy place. Be more organized in your things. Put a plan, put an agenda in the day. What am I going to be doing between this time and that time? What am I going to be doing here? And when you wake up first thing in the morning, guys, don't go straight to the emails. Don't go straight to Facebook and Twitter and all that. Don't do that. Definitely protect yourself. Get that time. Spend that time with yourself first before you go out to the world. Because as soon as you go out to the world, there's going to be so much things going on. The emails start coming in. The notifications start coming in. So get that time to yourself. Get that time to yourself. Chama called it a sane moment. Get that time to yourself where you keep everything sane and you're just like, okay, you know what? These are the things that matter in my life. These are the things that don't matter in my life. I'm not going to focus on these things. I'm going to focus on these things. So it's things like that we should start kind of putting into practice. So that was our second point, be more organized. And the third point was really find ways, because what happens is a lot of times, it depends on where you are. I think Princess talked about in the shower, she gets a lot of ideas. So you kind of know that when you're in the shower, you might get lots of ideas. Maybe have a pen and paper somewhere so that when you get these ideas, you actually end up writing them there so that you don't forget them. I know sometimes in the mornings, I'm still in bed and some ideas will just come in my head. I've got my pen and paper kind of beside me that I actually use. A lot of times as well, for me as well, in the gym, when I'm on the treadmill, ideas do come my way. Or when I'm walking, a lot of times when I'm walking as well, ideas do come my way. So I always have my phone or something to kind of write things down in them. So find your spot areas. It might be while you're running, because people do that, when they're running. It might be when you're walking. It might be also when you're reading. Reading is very, very good because you're feeding the mind. And a lot of successful people attribute reading to their thinking time as well. You've got to read. You've got to feed that mind. You've got to feed your brain, because successful people out there, guys, they're reading. They're tapping into information. They're tapping into information and then applying the information. So it's not just about reading, but applying information. And when I came across this part about reading, I remember I just thought, you know what, I'm going to nip it in and talk about as parents. We should always encourage our children to read, because that is such a worthwhile habit that they need to take with them as they become older. And reading now these days, there's so many different sources of reading, different types of ways that you can read, lots of pictures, lots of audio, they're just different ways that we can assimilate this knowledge that is out there. And it's very, very important that as parents, we should actually get into the habit of doing that so that our kids who are watching as well can actually do that as well. It's quite important. I'm just going to scroll up just in case I miss anybody else saying, oh, sure, okay. Think about reading. Rachel, sorry, I just don't want to miss. Okay, you talk about not going on social media early. Yep, exactly, Rachel. Not first thing in the morning. Let's not go on social media first thing in the morning. Definitely get yourself timed. It has to be part of what you do a bit later, but get that time to yourself to get your priorities and what you're going to do right. It's very important, honestly. Yeah, we need to be intentional about thinking time and reflection time. Very important, honestly. It's just too important. And the more we practice it, because when we get all these now, because what the whole thing about this is you get it in and you start practicing it on a consistent basis. On a consistent basis, and then ideas will start coming in. You'll be having loads of ideas. You'll be thinking, oh my God, where did that idea come from? But it's from what you've actually fed yourself with. It's from what you fed yourself with. So it's so important to do that. Those are the kind of three things. Reading opens up the mind. Exactly. Reading is so vital. And the more our kids see us reading, the more they will also read as well in their own ways. So it's very important. I think those were the three things I was looking at. So make thinking a part of your daily life. Schedule it in. You plan your time, include reading in your time. Be more organized. Make sure that you're organized both internally in your mind. You're thinking, okay, what are you thinking about today? What things should you not worry about? Don't worry about too many things. Just get what is right, what is actually a priority in your life. Focus on those things. And the third one is feed your brain. You've got to feed your brain. Read, get information, but also get information that is worthwhile for you. We're not just talking about spending so much time watching TV. Social media is great, honestly speaking. I've gotten loads of valuable information from social media. And, on Facebook, there are lots of valuable groups that when you join, you're getting very, very valuable information. So we're not saying here that social media is bad. I'm not telling you here that TV is bad. But all we're saying is that manage your time properly. If you're going in there to get information, then go in there, tap into information, and get what you need to go. If you're going there as a relaxing time, that's fine. It's a reward, but make sure you do your work before you actually go there as a reward, really. That's what I kind of try to do these days more often. I try to do that these days more often. But that's kind of key in what we're talking about, the cost of distraction. We cannot allow distraction steal our time anymore. We cannot allow distraction ruin our lives anymore. We cannot allow distraction get us distracted from what actually we need to be doing. Our goals. We talked about goal setting in January. How are those goals going? How are the New Year resolutions going? The other day I was driving past McDonald's and the queue for the drive-through was so long. I was like, oh my God, a lot of people have already given up on their New Year resolutions already. So we've got these goals, guys. Let's keep sticking with them. And then all these things that we're learning along the way are things that will help us really achieve those goals. Put your thinking time and reflection time. Put that as part of your daily habits. Daily. I mean, these guys, when I'm reading about how they spend their time, I'm like, okay, they're spending hours. But start on a small basis first. I'm not telling you to go and spend 5 hours doing thinking and reflecting. But, just start. Get started. You don't have to be great to get started, remember? But you've got to get started to be great. So just get started. Start putting it in as a daily thing on a daily basis. And then you'll get used to it. And you'll see the benefits of it, honestly speaking. Each person that we hear about there, they have thinking times. Thinking time is part of their thing. They don't watch a lot of TV, honestly speaking. A lot of them don't watch a lot of TV, I tell you. So, and there's a lot of information out there. So let's get reading, let's get thinking, let's get reflecting, let's get eating healthy. Honestly, it's part of that as well. Eat healthy, because when you eat healthy, then you can think properly. You can think clearly. You can be more alert at the times that you need to be more alert. Drink lots of water. Take exercise. Do some exercises. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Do something. Just get your body active. Get your body going. Spend that time with yourself. So we're looking at our thinking life, our spiritual lives. Make sure that you nourish yourself with the right information. Nourishing yourself with the right information will take you places. So that's kind of where the Chatting with Chichi show for today is going to end. Thank you so much. Oyinda, I see you. I see you. Maureen as well. Chioma, thank you so much. Very good topic today. Thank you. Caroline, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Honestly speaking, Maureen, I saw you earlier on. Thank you so much for joining. It's one of those areas where I think that we should start tapping into more and more. Honestly speaking, it's not just about, as I said at the beginning, excuse me, it's not just about setting these goals. It's not just about, oh, I've set the goals, I've done this, I've done that. It's about putting in putting in the practical things into place. And as I'm talking as well, I'm doing more, I'm learning more, and I'm incorporating more, and I can see the difference it's making. I can see the difference it's making. And you know me, I've got to share. I've got to share. So honestly speaking, incorporate all those in your lives. This week, as we step out this week, go out there. Hi T, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Rachel, true about having a healthy lifestyle. Yes, exactly. And Rachel, well done. I saw something briefly. I still need to go back and read it, but well done on your run as well today. Well done, Rachel. So proud of you. Well done. It's so important. Thinking time, reflecting time. Keep yourself healthy. Keep your mind healthy. Keep your spiritual life alert. Make sure you're feeding yourself with the right things. And let's go out there and have a fantastic week, because it will be a fantastic week. We've decided it's going to be a fantastic week, so it better be a fantastic week. Honestly speaking, it better be a fantastic week. As always, I am so grateful. I appreciate each of you coming on board here and watching, being on the show live with me. Also, for the guys that are going to be watching the replay, I appreciate your time as well. It means a lot to me. I do not take any one of you for granted. Let's go out there and make this week count, as I always say. Let's go out there and do what we need to do. Make sure you write out your plans with what you want to do. Go out there. Do what you need to do. Go out there. Set the right example. Go out there. Spend your time wisely. Go out there and be consistent with whatever it is that you're doing. And honestly speaking, if you do that, put that into practice all the time, you will have a very successful week. You will have a very fantastic week. And at the end of the week, you will say, you know what? This was good. And we're going to repeat it again and again and again. Thank you, Princess. Thank you, T. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Let's go and make this week count. As always, I am rooting for you all the way. And I'm not stopping that either. Love you lots. Take care, guys. See you later. God bless you. God bless you. Take care. Bye. See you later. Thank you. Thank you, T. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you. Bye.